Here comes a new challenger!
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video, of course, and that is what the title says, a personal Ryu matchup chart. This is something to remind myself, more so than to be a video, but I will make it a video for your viewing pleasure. So, what do I mean by Ryu matchup chart? Well, personal, rather. It's basically, you know, I main Ryu, and I love the character. I love Ryu. He's my favorite character to play in this game, bar none. I can't, you know, like, no matter who it is, I won't drop Ryu. I haven't dropped Ryu at all since 3.1. I love this character. I love him to death. So I just want to talk about Ryu. And so, yeah, now, personal matchup chart, you know what a matchup chart is, right? If you don't, it's basically how well does this character do against the rest of the roster. Now, it's usually dictated for average players of average skill level or similar skill level, etc., etc. But this is how I personally feel, how I do against certain characters. Now, this is not an actual Ryu matchup chart. You don't use this to see, well, this guy says like K-Roll's -2, so I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm obviously not gonna put K-Roll -2, but that's just an example. Like, this is not supposed to be an official or any, like, if I'm gonna do a Ryu matchup chart, I want to do it with other people, other Ryu mains. I'm not gonna do that. You know, I might do it someday if I can get Ryu mains, but for now, nah. All right. So with that all being said, you get it? Alright, good. So let's do this. This is my personal Ryu matchup chart. So, before we begin, let's set up a new tier here for etc. This is for things that are not supposed to be on here, and we'll fill those up along the way. So, I guess we can do it now. Alf, obviously, just a costume. Female Belth, male Belth is better. Female's better. Well, I love Dark Samus more, but like, come on. Alright. Every iteration of hero -8, because I love 8er. Alright. Let's just move over both Pokemon Trainer, because we will be putting Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard on here separately. Alright. Okay. Richter here. I believe. Am I missing anyone? If I am, I'll just go through. You know, this is not funny. I don't think I'm missing anyone. And if I am, then I'll rectify that mistake later. But for now, I think we're good. Okay. So, let's begin from top to bottom. Let's try to go through this as quickly as possible. So Banjo, me personally, I feel I do really well against Banjo using Ryu. With Banjo, he plays very campy and then can go super aggro out of nowhere, and sometimes it could catch me off guard. But as long as I'm playing patiently, like super patiently, I feel like I can win no matter what, right? It's just about knowing when to get in, knowing when to swerve out. You know, when I'm focused and I keep my head in the groove, which I usually do, I should win, theoretically. But sometimes I get caught off guard and I just break sometimes, right? Not break as in like I'm panicking. Break as in like what I'm trying to do isn't working, and you know, suddenly I'm taking so much damage and I lose a stock and I'm a stock behind. You know how these things go. So, that's where I feel that is. Bayonetta does so much damage, but I never feel like I'm losing to Bayonetta. I may lose stocks every now and then, but when it comes to Bayonetta, I always feel like, like, you know, I guess if I lose stocks, I guess it should be +1, right? Like, I feel like if I can lose a stock, I could lose a stock, but like, Bayonetta, even with the buffs, it didn't do nothing for her. You know, she's still the same character, same gimmick. You're not going to really try too hard against this character if you know what you're doing. The problem is you have to play her game, and if you can't play her game, then she's going to win. But if you know what to do, then there's nothing she can do. Alright, so moving right along. Bowser goes through Shakunetsu pretty easily. And so that's kind of like my main, like, I should stress, light Shakunetsu. Heavy Shakunetsu, he can't do anything about. But either way, you know, my main combo, one of my main combo tools, he completely goes through, but, you know, he himself takes so much damage. All my combos, like, all the combos I know with Ryu just work on him so easily because he's Bowser, he's a big body. You know, he's not going to avoid it. And it's, for me, I always feel confident when going against Bowser. It's just, every time I do fight against a Bowser, I'm like, oh, why do I have to go through this? I don't really want to. I don't. But that's just how it is, unfortunately, when it comes to Bowser. Moving on, Bowser Jr. Again, you know, same thing with Bayonetta. I know how to play against Bowser Jr. It's just, he can take a stock, but that's about it. You know, that's all I can really say. Byleth. I showed this off in my Twitch, but Ryu Tatsu goes over Byleth F Smash, which is funny. Byleth F Smash is supposed to be Byleth's like, oh, I whiff punish, you know, you with this F Smash and you die at like 40, 50, 60, and Ryu just says, yeah, but Tatsumaki Senpu Kaku, and well, there you go. That's always fun. Again, usually this tier is like, I can beat them, it's just like, they can take a stock, but that's about it. Falcon? Nah, even. These new buffs definitely did help Falcon. I feel more afraid of this new Falcon than ever before, because, you know, out of nowhere he blows me up, and that's sort of things about Shotos that people don't really get, is that, yeah, they can blow you up, you know, Ryu and Ken, but, like, they get blown up too, you know, it's not really, like, a one-sided thing. So, for me, I feel like I can do well against Falcon. I just gotta be in that right mindset, not get so caught off guard, because of course he is the second fastest character in the game, so that speed can catch me off guard sometimes. Charizard, same thing. He's a big body, but I can beat him pretty easily. Chrom, I don't struggle against swordies as often as other people might. I really don't. I, like, with Cloud, Corrin gives me some trouble. But that's because I'm not used to this new Corrin. I haven't played many Corrins, and therefore I'm not, you know, I'm not really comfortable in that matchup when it comes to Ryu. But like with these two, for instance, I already know what they want to do. I already know how they're gonna do it, and I know how to deal with it. And therefore, I can trust my instincts, right? Like I can trust my playstyle, because my playstyle will carry me. You know, it's not just a character. You know, I know how to deal with very aggressive playstyles. You know, I mean, you may watch me play people and you'll see that I often don't really play a certain way because either it won't be entertaining for my streams, or it won't be entertaining for my friends to deal with. So I don't play the way I usually want to play with other people as I do, you know, on average. So often, you know, I'll lose to these characters here, but either they catch me off guard, or I'm not really playing to win, I'm just playing to have fun. If I play to win, well, then you get something like this, where, you know, because Daisy from Peach, there are characters that exist, right? No, not to me, though. They can mash on me all they want. That Shakunetsu is gonna catch them every time. You know, they're combo food for me. My hitboxes can beat out theirs. Obviously, there's flow canceling shenanigans, but you know, what is it? It's just mashing. You know, it's mashing with style, I guess you could say. And I typically don't really struggle against Peach and Daisies. Like sometimes I'll get caught off guard, right? Like suddenly I get taken like so much damage, but then, you know, I bring it back and then I take the stock first, etc., or I don't even lose a stock. It's like, but they can't catch me off guard. Dark Pit, he edge guards pretty well, but my on-stage game, I would say, is pretty strong, so I don't feel like I have to worry as much. Versus Pit, and I know I'm skipping ahead here, but versus Pit, where, you know, he can fire arrows off stage, there's not really a lot I can do against that, because at least if he tries to go off stage by himself, I can use the body to kind of like propel myself to the ledge, because you can cancel every aerial Ryu has with a special move. And so, at least with Dark Pit, like, he's forced to come to me off stage, whereas Pit isn't. And, you know, having a projectile that basically destroys every option I can try to do, yeah, that hurts. That sucks. But that's just how it is with Pit. Diddy Kong, as long as I know what I'm, you know, play patiently, play calm, cool, collective, and you can win anything. That's basically the moral of the story I have for this character. Donkey Kong, it's always a gimmick, it's just a Wi-Fi gimmick. But just know, don't jump against Donkey Kong. Just don't, and you'll be fine. Literally, combo food, moves are negative on hit. You know, his only real good defining features is back air. But even I can, you know, even his back air is no match for my Tatsumaki. Dr. Mario, same thing. You can catch me off guard, but ultimately, I don't feel too crazy about it. Duck Hunt, for a lot of people, this may be like a -1 matchup. For me, it's like, I don't know, but Duck Hunt ain't that hard for me, honestly. Again, like, people want to play this game aggressively, and try as you might, but that's just never going to happen. A lot of the stages in this game are pretty big, and because of that, you're going to get a lot of campy, well, playstyles. You know, campy playstyles thrive in Ultimate. And while I don't mind it, you know, it's the reason why a lot of people get caught. Get caught slipping. If you don't got a good neutral, and you can't deal with zoning, you're going to lose in this game. More often than not, you will lose in this game. Because of all the big stages, this game promotes campiness. What can I say? That's just how it is. Falco, same thing. I just gotta make sure not to be above him too much, or now he's gonna up smash me and I go bye-bye. That's it. Same thing with Fox, except Fox is so much worse. Fox, I don't think Fox has ever had a point where he was better in the Ryu matchup, because even when Ryu sucked, I think Ryu won the matchup. But all that doesn't really matter. What truly matters is that Fox, to me, is not something to be afraid of. Sure, he's got a reflector, but like, I'm not gonna spam out Sharknetsu all the time. Sometimes I just walk back and forth a little bit. Ganon, catch me off guard too. To be fair, like I do go for focus setup sometimes, but Ganon just has to F smash or up smash me, and it breaks focus. What can I say? It's hard for me to do what I want to do sometimes, but I don't really find myself struggling. Again, like heavies on Wi-Fi, I feel kind of like if I were to base my things on heavies on Wi-Fi, I'd probably put like Ganon here and Bowser here, but I'm not trying to base it off of Wi-Fi. And I know we've been playing with Wi-Fi a lot, and obviously I don't go to locals, but as someone who kind of has a general gist of how I do against the roster, and subsequently how I do against the roster offline, I think I wouldn't do that bad. Again, heavies, the main thing that heavies and other characters on Wi-Fi strive on is you can't react, which is unfortunate because reacting is one of my better qualities, and I can react on Wi-Fi. There are things I can react on Wi-Fi faster than I've done those like reactionary tests, and it says I'm better than the average human being. So like my assumption is like, well, my reaction time is actually not that bad, so I can typically react to things better than most people. And so even on things on Wi-Fi where for some people it's unreactable, for me I can react, but it depends, right? It depends. You know, here's an important thing for you, the viewer. When you're playing a fighting game, you gotta have these three things: patience, neutral, and reaction. If you don't have those three things, you're not going to do all too well. Because even if, say for instance, even if you're playing against a person who has all the combos down pat but no neutral, and then a character a person who knows some combos, but their neutral's amazing, who's really gonna win? You know, if their neutral and reaction is amazing, but not their combos, but their zoning's great and everything else, then who do you think is gonna win? You know, Greninja, one of the pain. He goes into everything I do. It's misery. Hero. This one's a why? I don't struggle. But I also okay. Hero has taught me a very valuable lesson when I was maining him. Well, I mained him alongside Ryu. Was that always keep your eye. Not always keep your eye on the menu, but be able to read it fast enough. Nowadays, when I play against hero mains, I'm able to read their menus so fast that even if they top deck something, I've already seen all 4 options. It's insane. Hero has taught me how to read quick. So because of that, I don't get too caught off guard by what Ryu will, not Ryu, but what hero will throw out. I can usually prepare myself. It's just that the problem is that in a fighting game, and I forgot to mention this, this is the 4th most important thing. Always keep your eye on your opponent. You should always know where you are in relation to your opponent. And just focus on your opponent. The thing is that with Hero, he kind of forces this thing where you gotta look at his menu when he pulls that out, because if you don't, then you don't know what to prepare for, and that sucks. Ice Climbers, I'm able to break them pretty easily, separate them pretty easily, so no worries there. Ike, just be patient. Incineroar, just be patient and bait out revenge, not that hard. Inkling, I've never struggled against an Inkling. I've played some really good Inklings and I've just never struggled against one. I don't know what to tell you. Isabelle, she can annoy, but that's pretty much it. Ivysaur, I've never really struggled too much against, but it was, you know, they can edge guard me and get me there sometimes. Joker, nah, I would say even, actually. I never really get caught off guard by Joker. I kind of know what's gonna happen before it happens, and like I said, just be patient. Just be patient, you'll win. Puff, no one ever plays this character, so I'm gonna put it even, because I barely have much experience against Puff at all. You know, as far as I'm aware, just zone out, I guess. That's about it. Otherwise, I got nothing. I don't know this character. I don't know anyone who mains this character. I just don't. It's so weird. You know? Which is funny, because you'd expect more Jigglypuffs, but I don't. Ken, even. I feel like Ryu beats Ken in the matchup, but for me personally, it's just always like, it's like, oh man, like, now I'm on the receiving end of all this stupidity. But, even then, I feel like I don't struggle as much. DD. I just gotta... The problem with the DD matchup for me personally, I just have to get used to throwing out Hadokens instead of Shakunetsus. Because no matter how hard he tries, Gordo ain't gonna go through Hadoken. I'll go through Shakunetsu sometimes, but not Hadoken. Definitely not Hadoken. K-Roll, if I don't know what to expect, then, well then I don't know what to expect. Well then, that was interesting. Sorry for your background noise, my dog is doing things. So allow dog to do things that the dog does. Anyways, so Kirby, you just gotta be patient. Sometimes can catch off guard, because Kirby can edge guard, despite his bad airspeed. Link, I just gotta be patient, but even with me being patient sometimes, you just gotta, it's like sometimes that sword really is quite big. And sometimes I feel some of my options get covered too easily, but we'll see. You know, that's the thing that grows over time. Mac, come on, literally. Lucario, free. You know, I don't feel like I ever really lose to Lucario. Even if I lose a stock, like, whereas these guys, like, if I lose a stock, I'll lose a stock. With this, like, even if I lose a stock, I'm like, okay, I guess I lost a stock. But like, with these guys, it's like, oh, I lost one. Okay, like they're guaranteed one. Lucario's like, I lost one? Probably wasn't trying hard enough. And then I botted them, and it's like, oh, whatever. Or it's like Lucario just goes unga bunga, because aura. Lucas. I never played against a great Lucas. But what I will say is that if I feel if I had, I'd probably put him in -1. Yosina. Swordies never scare me. You just gotta stay cool, calm, collective. Sure, Swordies outrange you, but you're not gonna struggle too much. Luigi, camp him out. Mario goes waha wahoo wahoo. You know, I know what to do. so I don't struggle as much with Mario, but even still. And you already know with Marth. Mega Man. A good Mega Man? I can't do anything about that. I'm actively forced, like, out of the two, between the two, I play Ken against Mega Man because I feel like I just can't get in. My fireballs aren't gonna do much, and my speed, no matter what I do, I'm gonna get caught. So, you know, he can edge guard you so hard. If his tail gets removed, instant -1. Kara just got crazy neutral. Me Brawl is insane. Y'all don't even know. I should just put Gunner. Just put all three of them here. Oh, except Sword Fighter. Sword Fighter, I already know what to expect. It's just a matter of getting to Sword Fighter. Whereas with Gunner and Meat Brawl, they got some sauce. Be patient and you'll win. Be patient and you'll win. Funny enough, so for a lot of people, they put like Ness here or Ness here. Ness is here for me. Why? Well, because I zone out Ness. And I don't struggle to get back to stage versus Ness too much. Checking how short you can hit under the ledge, and I use focus and Hadouken to delay myself in the air. So nothing really to worry about for me. Plus, you may say, well, if you spam Shakunetsu, he'll heal, but he only heals 1.2%, so like even if he heals, it's not like he's gonna do anything about it. Come on. Character got crazy setups, bro. If I win, it's a miracle and a half. Palu, obnoxious, but I can deal. Dies really easily. Pain. For similar reasons, but Pichu dies earlier than Pika. Pika just sort of combos you and you kind of die for it. I feel like like in order for me to win against Pikachu, I have to like actually use my brain super hard, because I don't accidentally want to use a tool of mine and then end up losing a stock for it, because that can happen, right? Like, oh, I accidentally used my jump and now I lost my stock because I used my jump. For instance, as an example. OMR, I love this matchup. Because Pikmin, when they cling onto Ryu and Ken, I can cancel off of them. It's hilarious. Piranha Plant, strange character. Ridley, no dice. Rob, his zoning and all that isn't too strong. It's really strong. Oh man, I don't know what to do sometimes. When I'm off stage, I should die. If I make it back to stage and you're playing Rob, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you should probably find a different character if you can't edgeguard Shotos. I'm just saying. Robin, I don't really struggle with. Rosa, it depends. I don't play many Rosas. Roy. Roy? I don't feel too bad about it, honestly. Samus is just annoying, but you can do it. Sheik is just fast frame data, not much damage, so you won't die too often. Shulk, play a good keep away game, and I still lose. Belmont's so hard for me to get in. Snake covers like so many of my options, it feels like it's so hard to get in. Sonic, I mean, Sonic's playstyle is really hard for the shows to deal with it. But I have beaten it before, but that doesn't, just because I've beaten it doesn't mean it's always fun. Squirtle, super tiny, what am I gonna do? Terry, I feel I'm just fine against fighting. Toon Link, be patient, you'll win. Villager, be patient, you'll win. Wario, just camp him and you'll win. You know, he gets comboed pretty easily, so there you go. Wii Fit Trainer, Wacky. I gotta know how to get into that character. I've played a couple Wii Fits, and I can already say I struggle a ton compared to like most of these characters, which is ironic because like I should be struggling against this, but I don't. Wolf, I feel like I always do fine against no matter what. Yoshi, just be patient. Young Link, I should be losing. Zelda, this is boring. And Zerasuit, I don't feel like, well, sometimes I feel I can struggle. Yeah, that's my personal matchup chart. You know, again, this is just what I personally feel whenever I'm playing the game. Sometimes I struggle, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just, you know. I'm sorry if I sound a bit drowsy. I just took a sleeping pill, and so it's already taking over. So I think I'm just gonna end it here. Maybe I wasn't thinking too hard, and maybe some slots or spots, I'll move. But whatever. But I mean, even with me being tired, it's not like I'm drunk or anything, so I'm able to actually recognize what I'm doing. The only one, I haven't played too much Yoshi. Every Yoshi I've played, it makes me feel like I want to put him in +1. But even now, you'll notice that like a lot of bad matchups for Ryu, I don't put as bad for Ryu. You know what I mean? Because Ryu, to me, at least with the way I play, I feel like I don't have to worry as often as like other Ryu mains. Like, oh man, like I don't know what Ryu can do against this character, and then I beat that matchup, and it's like, yes, you know, this is what you gotta do, and you know, if you do it this way, you'll be fine. But it's like the problem is no one wants to play this game campy. Everyone wants to play it, you know, super seriously. You know, super aggressive. That's not how you play a fighting game. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. If you're playing a fighting game expecting it to just be all rush down nonsense, then you're playing the game wrong. I don't know what to tell you. Plus, with the 7.0 buffs, I feel like Ryu can do a lot of sauce. But with that being said, I'm tired. My body's about to go to sleep, so I think I'm gonna dip now. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourself. And as always, if you enjoyed the content, leave a like, subscribe, and have a great rest of your day. Peace. You can become the teacher.